tomorrow. Yes, I'll be there tomorrow. No. Yes, at 7. Are you there tomorrow at 7? Okay, I hope I see you then. Maybe, maybe not. It depends if you're there. If you're there, then no, I will not. If you're there, I will not. If you're there, if you're not there, then... Oh, you really don't care? I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet. First thing is I'm going to grab a tea and then do some work. Yeah. Talk to you later. Bye. Okay, I bring me a tea before I begin. Okay. It's hard to calls on the landline or the cell phone because I want to watch random shit. Like I've been doing for the last 2 days.
Hey broskies, it's Donna. Today I'm drawing characters from the amazing Digital Circus in Part 2. Last time I did Pomni, Jax, and Radica, so be sure to check out Part 1.
Oh, this is Zooble.
This is Gangle. Gangle, like everyone else, appears in the opening song at the beginning of the pilot, where she is knocked over and her face falls off and breaks on the floor, making her very sad, and she is never happy again. No, seriously, I'm not kidding. Gangle is like the embodiment of constant sadness. On a real note, Gangle is sad a lot, but that probably isn't her only emotion. Gangle is actually first seen as happy with her comedy mask, but when that mask is removed, it reveals a more sad and depressed Gangle with her tragedy mask. We aren't entirely sure if her mood actually changes from happy to sad when her comedy mask breaks, or if the comedy mask is simply just hiding her sadness 24/7 and she really isn't happy. King, the ringmaster, presumably has control over most things in the digital world. So does this mean he has control over the mask controlling Gangle's emotions? I have no idea. All I know is that Gangle needs therapy and a cookie. Anyways, as shown, Gangle appears as a mask with red ribbons making up the rest of her body. I'd say her design is the second most simple, next to Jax. And apparently, she's 26. Wow, the ages of these characters never fail to surprise me. Throughout the episode, we often see Gangle display traits of a kind and caring person. For example, when Zooble was kidnapped by the Gorns, Gangle showed concern for their well-being, asking, "What about Zooble?" as well as asking if Cosmo was okay before even knowing he was abstracted. When Gangle and Kinger played rock, paper, scissors to see who will save Zooble, Gangle loses, saddening her, meaning she wanted to be the one to save Zooble. This all tells me Gangle is a very considerate and caring person, always thinking of others' well-being, despite clearly not being okay herself. So in real life, as a human, I'd imagine Gangle to be a great friend and overall good person. The creator, Gooseworks, has stated Gangle loves to draw, and also loves anime, so that's pretty cool to find out. And her favorite anime is Azumanga Daioh. Never watched it before,
Never heard of it.
Like this meme. Anyways, getting to her design, I imagine Gangle with short, slightly messy hair. At first, I planned on making her hair color brown, but after remembering she loves anime, I thought she'd totally be the type to dye her hair white in an attempt to look like an anime character or something. Also, it matches her color palette more anyway. Her eyes are sad and droopy, with a tear dripping down her cheek, as well as her face being red from emotional distress. Gangle is wearing a baggy red hoodie that can be seen slightly dripping off her shoulder on one side, with her hair being a bit messy, and her hoodie looking sloppy. I wanted to further give the impression she is emotionally unstable. Of course, if you dress this way, that doesn't mean you're like that, but I just did that to better help emphasize it. Gangle, as we can see, is made of ribbons. And since they're so thin, I imagine Gangle as a very skinny person. The sleeves are also covering her hands to kind of mimic the same look as her ribbons, and she is holding an art sketchbook with a pen in her pocket as she loves drawing, as well as there being a Japanese text on her hoodie for the show Azumanga Daioh, since she loves anime. Beneath that, she's wearing a black pleated skirt with long white socks, one of them being scrunched up at the bottom. And in her right hand is a pair of broken glasses. Since Gangle is always breaking her mask in the digital world, the broken glasses idea was inspired by a comment I got saying if Gangle was a human, she'd be breaking her glasses all the time.
Yeah, trust me, I broke my glasses tons of times. Half the time I'm an accident, half the time I'm an accident, and half... Yeah. Would you really want to do that one thing? If I had the money, I'd do that one thing real bad. There's one thing that's hard you want to do. Would you do it? If I could, I'd do that thing I really would. Yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind working for V&J, but V&J are not real.
With Icon Pass, it's endless adventure.
Dang. yeah, smoking.
It is one of the fundamentals of American society, and therefore it can't be ignored in GTA 5. Just to put into perspective how important it is, China and India have about 2.9 billion inhabitants, while the US has only 348 million. Despite this rather significant difference, the oil consumption of the US is the same as that of China and India combined. While you might think the US doesn't have much oil, with a track record of liberating oil-rich countries, they are actually the largest oil producer in the world. And this is reflected in Los Santos as well.
Oh, it's
But
Russia.
how well is it reflected? And how much oil does the GTA 5 map produce? And could the supply population of enough oil? To answer these questions, we have to count all the oil jacks in the game. Starting off, we make our way to the Grand Senora Desert, where we stumble upon this small oil field. This field has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 oil jacks. This makes it the second largest oil field in the game. After a brief visit in the desert, we make our way to the west side of the city, where the largest oil field resides. Funnily enough, it also resides rather close to residents of these neighborhoods. I know you think this is probably just because the GTA 5 map is very complex compared to real life, but oil extraction within Los Angeles is actually a reality. Luckily, it is not as extreme as it once was, but nonetheless, it is still existent and plaguing inhabitants with health issues till this day. Luckily, GTA 5 is a video game and the NPCs can't get hurt. In contradiction to the Grand Senora Desert field, we have 3 different types of oil jacks in this field. We have large ones, like we had in the desert as well, we have medium-sized ones, and we have small-sized ones. Actually, we have only one small-sized one. This is the only one of its kind, and it's also in a weird spot. As you can see, this is an oil derrick, which is used for drilling the well, and instead of dismantling it, they decided to leave it there and put this tiny oil jack here, which is rather odd.
Quickly, I
recently made some stylized maps of some countries, and I actually really like how they turned out. If you like them as well, I made them available on Discord. It's also a channel that makes it possible for me to spend more time on videos.
The medium-sized jacks make a bit more sense. These are all over the place in El Burro Heights. Starting from the north, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 oil jacks in total. This is
19.
already quite a
Wow.
lot. But there are even more large oil jacks. Starting from the north again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4,
3.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
It was
15,
50.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33,
Over 100.
34 large oil jacks.
About 100.
Now there's only one side left. It is Penny, which has these 4 large oil jacks. Now that we have the number of oil jacks, we only need the production rates per jack, and we can calculate the total amount of oil produced. Luckily, this was relatively easy to access, and we now know that an oil jack in Los Angeles would produce around 13.5 barrels of oil per day. However, this information lumped all jacks together and didn't distinguish between different sizes. Therefore, I'm going to assign 14 barrels a day for the large jack, 10 barrels a day for the medium jack, and 6 barrels a day for the small one. The sources, of course, trust me, bro. Using the numbers we have now, we can calculate that the Grand Senora Desert field, which has 8 large oil jacks, produces 112 barrels a day. The El Burro Heights field produces 6 barrels a day from its small jack because there's only one, and then 190 barrels a day from its 19 medium jacks, and a whopping 476 barrels a day from its 34 large jacks, giving the entire
pumps.
field that I've been calling El Burro Heights, which I now in recording found out is actually called Marietta Oil Field, but El Burro Heights is a neighborhood, so still works. Here it is. Anyways, this field has a total production of 672 barrels a day. Then moving on to Banning, has half the jacks of the desert, and therefore also produces half the amount, so only 56 barrels a day. This means in total, all of the oil jacks on the map produce 840 barrels a day, or 133,549 liters, or 35,280 gallons. Per year, this will mean a total production of 306,600 barrels, or 48,745,504 liters, or 12,877,200 gallons. If we refine this amount of oil into petrol, we could drive 313,363,954 kilometers, or 7,819 times around the Earth, or to the sun and back. And actually, this would be kind of enough to provide every Los Angeles citizen with enough petrol. If we assume 18,388 people living in Los Santos, which I've gotten from this video, everyone can drive 17,041 kilometers per year, which is just a little below the real-life 12,500 miles or 20,160 kilometers of real Los Angeles citizens. But with our calculation, we didn't include the diesel. So if we also add the diesel that we would be able to produce from the rest of the oil, we would be able to add 9,467 kilometers to our number, giving us a total range of 26,508 kilometers.
That's not
which
bad.
is arguably quite a lot. So, in conclusion, Los Santos produces a lot of oil, which would actually be enough to provide its population of its oil need, which is interesting, because in this video, and also this video, which both also calculated whether or not the GTA 5 map could sustain itself, the results looked a bit different. How different?
A lot. That's interesting, though. That's interesting.
Fish convention.
Jellyfish are awesome.
Cool, state-of-the-art jellyfish nets.
Touch,
Don't touch.
Wow, the harpoon from Jellyfish the movie.
touch.
Don't touch.
Look, Dr. Manowar, the guy who got stung by Big Lenny and lived.
And now it only hurts when you touch it.
Touch.
Do I have to follow you all day?
Pop it. I'd pop that thing by now. I'd have it popped by now. I'd pop the damn thing by now.
Warrior Strong, unlock.
I'd pop that thing. I got sort of remove it by now. I would have had it popped or removed off my body.
The Lincolns and their guests arrive at Ford's in high spirits.
A simulation.
The crowd applauds the president. They stop the play. They sit down, and the play begins.
They're barking up the wrong tree about the old.
About 10 minutes after 10, Booth began to mount the stairs leading up to the second tier of boxes where you would find President Lincoln.
10:12 p.m.
Booth makes his way toward the presidential box. He is seen, but no one stops him.
He was well known to everyone, a popular actor, of course, and that made Booth get right behind Lincoln.
10:13 p.m.
Booth is in position at Ford's.
Booth comes into the box right as the whole theater bursts into laughter.
As the crowd roars with laughter, Booth takes aim.
So that moment where the whole future looked like had finally lifted, the clouds had separated, comes crashing down.
The bullet enters the back of Lincoln's head.
I seen the chair he died in.
Fired a shot from perhaps 3-4 inches, not right against Lincoln's head, but close, and it hit Lincoln in the back of the head, like a sledgehammer would. This is the Derringer that Booth used on April 14th. It's about 6 inches long, weighs about 8 ounces.
14th is not that far from now.
A part of the Ford's theater collection, this instrument of history was Booth's personal weapon.
Booth probably had this weapon for at least 5 or 6 years before the assassination took place. It fires a single bullet, so this is like we say, one and done. Booth dropped the pistol, went to the front of the box, intending to escape. Jumped from his seat, he grabbed Booth from behind and pulled him from the railing. Booth twisted around in the Major's grip, and for the first time the men were face to face. And Rathbone later said he was absolutely horrified by the look on Booth's face. And Booth was stronger than Rathbone was, so he was able to free himself and slash Rathbone with a knife.
Booth leaps from the box to the stage.
Stick to Pataratus.
And makes his escape.
I know I should do it, but I'm not going to.
Let's talk Panera's new
Make sure we're doing that one thing. Like, yeah, we should have that one thing right now, but me and Z, what did we talk to Z? I haven't talked to Z in a while. I don't know what he's doing. I don't care anymore about my life. I wish we could do one thing, but I'm gonna do that tonight. Wait, what if we do and him actually do?
Carbs don't make a right, you know? Can you just tell someone that Kendall Jenner's here? Where? I love her.
Hang on, Mr. President.
Get the dog toy. Get your Jack's toy. No. Number 9. Especially from the mall. From the mall. I hate that. I would never live next to the mall. If I worked at the mall, then yeah. Since I don't live at the mall, if I was working at the mall, then yeah, it'd have to happen. If I don't live at work, if I work at the mall, then yes. But since I don't work at the mall, then no. If I work at the mall, it'd be a good idea to work right across the street from work. But since I don't work at the mall, then no. I hate them there.
Wait, go. Step aside. King.
I don't want to move there. I question Ken's office. I don't think so. You're making money. No use.
Can't you see I'm blind? Call the lawyer.
You know, it wouldn't work for me. Most of the hotels were 5. Most of the hotels fine. It was fine.
Frankie said, "Just game." Take it easy, man.
Hey, or bus nickels nearby.
Click into growth. For hair that feels thicker after 30 days.
Yeah, I know, dude. It is gross.
But then you pointed out the gutters.
I don't have gutters, so I don't have to worry about it.
Leaf filter.
Refilters
I don't have gutters.
filter technology keeps debris
I don't need to worry about it because I don't have gutters in this house. I played this game for years and didn't know I had double dusters. Ocean View. Ocean View's hotel is pretty good. I don't know where that is. Oh, that's the police were in hospital. Tommy can't swim.
Discúlpete, que viera la otra manera.
I don't speak gibberish. Alright, we got rid of my house there.
You're not this wild, buddy.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
I know your mama.
Huh. That shack. I think except that place sucks. I hate that place. If I would have been there, that'd be good. This is my big Jamaica's place. Oh, that was a good place. I've been there. I like that place. The place wasn't so bad. remember that one. That was pretty good. That was a good place to stay. I remember the helicopter. Sorry, state.
I hate that woman.
Ooh.
Hey, Mark.
Ah.
With USAA Safe Pilots, I can save when I drive safely.
With USAA Safe Pilot Lab.
The places on this list are determined by no data whatsoever, just straight up being judgmental. Good grief, I'm just kidding, people. Relax. Gotta love Michigan. Lots of beautiful.
I love living in Michigan. I live in one of the worst cities in the state. But you know what? I don't care. Because you know what I say? That's a little bull. I live in one of the best states. I live in one of the best cities to live in. I live in one of the best counties in the state. Actually, I live in one of the best counties in the state on purpose. I like living in this county. It's quiet. There's hardly any problems.
Perhaps
That's about it.
Juan Lopez used electricity from his cell light to power up his salsa escape.
Given the qualities of salsa, acidity, salinity, spiciness, I think that the salinity is going to be the most corrosive, and I will facilitate the salinity by adding electrolysis to the process, which is quite easy with this flight.
It seems a cunning plan. Any saline solution, like salsa, can be used as an electrolyte. Pass an electric current through it, and it should
Salsa gel bars. Okay. I'll be back in a second. I need to do something. Relax. Yeah, I'm relaxing right now. Don't look at me like that. This is extra junk I have to throw downstairs later. I'm having a fun time watching random videos I have not seen
Increase
before.
the rate of oxidation of the iron bar, or in other words, cause it to rust.
I'm attaching the anode of my impromptu prison electrolysis machine. All right, now, 2 live wires.
And finally, the secret ingredient.
This rag extending from my underpants.
For some slightly disturbing reason, Adam thinks that adding his underpants into the mix will increase the rate of corrosion.
Ew.
The weirdest jailbreak in history is about to begin.
Let's see if this is hot.
Oh, it's hot.
That's hot.
Hot and deadly.
I actually have a lot of experience with electricity, and I know how to do this to keep myself safe. This is plenty of power to kill me very quickly. You should never do this at home. Ever. I'm roasting salsa. This is cool, but I'm pumping lots of electricity through the wire, through the bar right there.
The sizzling in Adam's cell twitches nostrils and raises eyebrows.
You don't think the other prisoners or guards smell burning salsa?
I don't think so draw anyone's attention at all.
I've been granted the privilege of having a radio in my cell, and this is going to form the basis of my escape attempt. The theory is that if I take this radio apart and I find a DC transformer in here, it's going to allow me to accelerate the corrosive process.
Jamie knows that only DC current will work in electrolysis. Adam doesn't, which is why he's using AC current and simply cooking salsa.
Adam is using AC current, which has it going both ways, and it's going to maybe take some metal off, but then it's going to put it back. It'll take it off, it'll put it back. This approach, I believe, is going to be a lot more direct current, and we're going to accelerate the process a lot more.
Oh, don't start from like your old radio.
Unshared knowledge. Jamie extracts the DC transformer and creates an electrical circuit on his cold rolled steel bar.
There we go. That looks pretty darn perfect to me. Now for the salsa.
In electrolysis, electrons flow from the negatively charged steel rod through the saline salsa solution and into the positively charged copper wire, causing corrosion.
So we are getting voltage, so I haven't blown the radio yet, and it's working. And I can see slow little bubbles forming in the middle of the salsa. It's exactly what I want, a slow flow of electrons away from the steel and into the copper wire.
It's day 26 at the Mythbusters Mexican prison, and the salsa escape contest is heating up. For almost a month, Adam has been passing AC current through salsa to corrode his iron bar.
Good morning, dearies. Would you like a little food? Oh, yeah. Oh, you love that, huh? I have to believe I'm doing something with this. There's a serious amount of power going on.
Meanwhile, Jamie has been using DC current and salsa to corrode his bar. A quick check on progress shows that Adam's going nowhere fast.
That's funny.
Like he come to you for free.
They can come to you for free.
Ancient tablets and intelligence
Come
enough.
to you for free, so you can get your windshield fixed anywhere you want. At
Sure,
no additional cost.
yeah, he's doing this for fun. I
Go
might.
to SafeLight.com.
I don't know. Should I do Twitch tonight or not? I don't know. We're going to do Twitch tonight.
I only got one question. You know how to cowboy?
When we start. You're already started, son. You should afford your own path.
Make decisions that feed this. He's the left way.
God loves you.
Okay, 7%.
Oh, God, this stuff smells rank.
It looks kind of like poo.
Doesn't look like I'm getting much of anything, does it? If anything, it's getting thicker. I'm increasing the mass of the bar.
Meanwhile, Jamie's been working miracles.
Whoa!
It's a staggering result.
It's just amazing. Wow. I made it through like 0.2 of an inch in a month. But salsa is definitely getting outlawed in prisons after this.
Well, it seems like we're about halfway through it at present. It's going really well. Just goes to show there's a significant difference between AC and DC electricity in this application. And that's just with a little tiny DC rectifier that is on the radio. So it's really quite fun.
Jamie's winning and grinning, while Adam's trailing again.
Well, I produced a hell of a lot of fireworks, but no actual results, and I think I have to call it quits and admit defeat. DC is obviously much better than AC, but I've still got a couple of tricks up my sleeve.
Like cheating.
There's a movie called Shanghai Noon in which Jackie Chan breaks out of prison using a silk shirt wrapped around the bars, and he twists them until the bars move far enough for him to slip between them. And the myth is that wet silk doesn't break. So I've got a silk shirt here. I'm going to try it around my bars and see if that works. Now, I don't think Jackie Chan used real weight. Oh, this is bad. Oh, it's warm. I don't be warm.
Adam's enthusiasm for this twisted myth is running dry.
There's pee everywhere.
Since I'm doing so well with my own bars, I'll see if I can help you out with yours.
On Mythbusters, friendship knows no bounds. Unlike the silk.
There it goes.
Where did it break?
At the bars.
Yeah, it seems to have sheared right there. So, pea-soaked silk shirt.
Busted. Adam's washed up after 4 months of failure, and this escape becomes a one-horse race. At the outset of their bid for freedom, Adam and Jamie set up various tests to see which of Salsa's qualities are most corrosive.
0.609.
The acid and saline solutions have eaten into the bars, but it's the salsa itself that's taken the biggest bite.
The salsa's having more damage on this than any of our other control tests. It would seem that there's something about the salsa, the combination of acid and salt and water, that's greater than the sum of its parts.
It's the picante part of it that does it.
8 1/1000ths of an inch of iron in 110 days.
Looking at a couple thou a month in 50 years, you'd be right through that bar.
But perhaps like Jamie, one used a DC current from a radio to speed up corrosion.
Now that we've seen the combined effects of salsa, I think it's time to see the combined effects of Heinemann and some electricity and an iron bar. Okay.
Incredibly, the Mythbuster with the mustache is only a whisker away from freedom.
Dude, that is radical. Jamie, you are such a stud. That is so radical. I am really impressed.
You know, I think it worked pretty well. If Juan had done that to all the bars, he'd be up by now.
I'm just totally blown away by how effective that is. I think it's going to initiate a new spate of lockdown rules in prisons across the United States.
Well, so much for DC current and salsa and electrolysis.
Okay. Okay.